God bless you. Hello, everybody. God bless you. I hope that you're having a nice Memorial Day. Me, not so much. I should have gone away this weekend to get away from these people because there's way too many people all in one place. And I'm just not a fan. I like my quietness, I like my peace. And it's just what I prefer these days, I think, I prefer my peace and my solitude over the noise or the chaos of the world right now. Because it seems like there's people that are in two separate realities. There's people that are just wanting, they're trying to reach for that solitude and that peace in their life. And then you have the others that gather together in swarms like a bunch of bees. It's out of control. It's not the same reality that we live in. It's like, I noticed it when I was outside. You could feel like the heaviness in the air. You could feel the darkness. It's not the same reality that we once lived in. It's shifted. We are living in a parallel universe. They've done something to time where they have sped up time, where we are actually in the days of Noah. But it happened like literally just overnight. It is like a major shift that took place. And I think it was actually in 2012. Remember that whole Y2K thing where they talked about the Mayan calendar? Honestly, I think that's when it took place, when the eclipse happened. To be honest with you, I think when the eclipse happened, that's when something shifted. It's like something shifted in the atmosphere. I'm not one to pay attention of what's going on in the heavens right now, like as far as the stars and constellation, but obviously the Magi's that were in the time of Jesus when they followed the North Star to where Christ was born. I guess I'll have to, look into that, but what's going on in the heavens, because when things happen in their alignment, when things are happening in the heavens, it's also taking a shift on the earth. And so what I noticed that the other day when I stepped outside, there was like a heaviness. It felt like this pressure, this weight. And the only thing I could describe it as all these people gathering in one spot like swarms of bees. Because of what is placed inside of their bodies, it feels like a magnet, like, but it's not really pulling, it's actually pushing down. So the atmosphere is not light, it's a heaviness in the atmosphere. And what God showed me years ago was this darkness, literally darkness covering the U.S., the United States. And there's something just very eerie, unsettling in the air right now. And it's actually like got me to the point where I don't really feel even comfortable around masses of people anymore. The reason I feel like it's not going to be safe. It's not going to be safe to be around crowds of people, multitudes of people. And so what is going on with these people that have this stuff in their body? It's a high concentration of the EMF, the Bluetooth, because they can, the cell phones, the data towers, the frequencies, everything. It's like a level of toxicity because of the radiation. So much radiation in one place, a high concentration of radiation. Like we are totally being radiated and bombed with all this stuff that they're doing to us. And it's literally just aging people. But this darkness, this shift in the atmosphere has brought these, portals that are open from CERN. And they talk about like the entities that are under the water coming in and out. And they talk about the Mandela effect, all of that stuff, like being able to manipulate time. And I know people think that it sounds outlandish or it sounds crazy, but this is true. You can't make this stuff up. There are people that are here that are not people. They are literally these entities or these beings that have skin suits on, and they're not us. They walk among us, but they're not us. They just pretend. They're avatars already. So this is where it is a very unsettling feeling because they are not human. Okay? They may look and act like they are human, but there is something seriously wrong. And I've come across one of these ones, that movie Men in Black. They talked about New Jersey as being one of those places, like where they had the airport for these alien beings to come through, and because there's such a high level of activity here, they have just like a interest in this area. And I've seen the Greys here, actually. One time, obviously, I told you about it. Well, I've had actually a couple encounters with electronics, vehicles, them trying to manipulate and kill batteries and just all kinds of stuff, right? I can't stand them. They're wicked. They're evil. All they want to do is drain the life out of you. They want to suck you dry. We are nothing but just, they're the predator. We're the prey. We're just a food source for them. They don't care about us. They want to replace us with robots. They want to make you give up your own free will and be enslaved to them. So when the flood happened, some of them escaped and they went to the moon. The moon is hollow. They mined their all of their gold and all of their resources so they can make these stupid to regenerate these old ley lines of the same stuff that happened that once was and is again, which is like in the lost city of Atlantis when God flooded the planet and all this stuff was drowned out and flooded, but some of them escaped, and they went to the moon, which is a hollow hologram. And the great deception is coming because the Neuralink will give people the ability to have, it's going to mimic the same powers as what Christ has, where, it'll give sight to the blind, and people that have hearing problems, all they have to do is turn on the chip and write a program in, and they can hear. All of a sudden they could hear. All of a sudden they could walk. I don't know if you've seen that TV show Childhood's End, but I was watching that for a couple series or whatever, and they talked about these things. They kind of talked about it, the coming of the beast. But I see what's happening with people is like God is dividing his people. It's like becoming more harder for us to like just be here among this kind, because honestly it's like a clear line being drawn in the sand. We are not of the same. It's the vision that's happening. And then people on the other side of the spectrum that were, let's say they were Satanists or they were devil worshippers, they're actually starting to come around. Like they are actually seeing that I'm not really of these people. I'm not their kind, I mean, I may not agree with the way that the church has been and all of the bad name that it's been given, or what people have done in the name of God. But this these people ain't really with, like, I'm not in their soul tribe, you know what I mean? I'm not one of them. I'm not a deceiver. I'm not a liar. I'm a good person. You know, I would give a shirt off on my back. I love people, but I'm not really one of them. So those people are like slowly just moving over to like just wanting to know more about Christ, because literally Christ was the biggest rebel of them all. He did not conform. Wow, that's a beautiful car. 1950s, but I don't know what that style is. Anyways, it's beautiful. So, yeah, these people are something else. Let me tell you, they're not human. Some of them are not human. Help me with my train of thought here, God, because there's a lot of activity. I can't wait till they leave. I seriously cannot wait. I'm trying to hold on just one more day, because they're flying past with their golf carts. They got, you know, people with scooters flying right in front of you, almost getting hit. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, it's just overstimulation right now. I can't stand it. This is why I am the way that I am, and why people are the way that they are. Like, stay on your side and I'll stay on my side. You don't need to cross over. You don't need to overcrowd me. I like my space. I like my distance. That is who I am. When they start piling people up like this in a small, and honestly, this is not a small area. I'm in a freaking campground, and they got people piled up on each other, and it's all to keep an eye on one another. I can't handle this. This is not freedom. It's like putting two people in the same jail cell. It ain't gonna work. People need their space. That's who they are. They need their space. But anyways, so back to what I was saying was with the Neuralink, when people take the brain chip, when they take the mark of the beast, because really this is going to be the true test. Will you choose Christ over the world? Because when you know, Prince Charles was talking about the digital ID and rolling that out very, very soon. And what's going on in Jerusalem, which God had pointed in the Bible yesterday to me about Jerusalem. And like, it is clear as day. You have no idea how close we are to a war happening. Like, literally just hell being unleashed upon the world. We are that close. And so all this stuff is like happening, and people are folding right now. They're folding under pressure because they haven't planted their feet upon the rock. They are gonna fold. They're gonna get fearful. They're gonna get scared. They're gonna give in to temptation. And this is why Christ said to keep watch, to pray that you do not fall into temptation. Because what is going to deceive the world and the masses? They are going to flock by the masses to line up to take this, because they want their materialistic things. They don't want to give up their houses. They don't want to give up their jobs. But you know what? You're not your job. You're not your house. You're not the things that you own. But you're going to take the mark of the beast so you can hold on to the things that you own. But here's the thing. It's a lie. It's the greatest lie and deception of Satan. That is his final, deal on the world, is that he's got to get you to take that mark and to put it inside your body. And it says in your right hand or your forehead, you have to receive his mark. And a part of that is worshiping the beast. We have these devices in our hand, and basically people can't put them down. They can't live without them. I'm guilty of the same thing, but I try to pick up this device and use it for good. I don't want to use it for harm and hurting people or whatever, or even misleading people. If I'm in the wrong, may God correct me. But I'm just speaking the truth. And when you speak the truth, you're going to have enemies out there. You're going to have all kinds of just weirdos. People that, you know, look at you sideways. They think you're crazy. They gaslight you into thinking that you're crazy when you're not. When you're speaking the truth. This is the truth. It's like, wake up. And Christ said to keep watch. And it's like, I'm in this situation where even the closest people to me are not awake. It's like they're falling back asleep. They're giving into a strong delusion, which is an illusion. It's not even real. But they're watching online all these celebrities that have houses and have fancy cars, and they're like, why am I being punished? And I'm trying to explain to them, you're not being punished. It's just that, like, we have to let go of these things. We can't take it with us when we die. And if we're going to be servants of Christ, he says, sell all of your possessions to follow me. Like, be free from that. You were built for more than just your job, more than your house, all that stuff. It's a type of enslavement. That's what they do to you. They try to enslave you with possessions. But when you could be free from it and just rely upon Christ to take care of you, you're free, you know? Nobody can have their thumb over you. Nobody can have control over you. The end game is control, absolute 100% control. Just like right now, I'm being controlled with how many people are actually able to see my videos, because it's a controlled environment. I'm too powerful for the internet world because I have an influence over people. I'm not speaking the same language as everyone else. So therefore, what do they have to do? They try to shadow ban people like me. They won't let my channel grow or get big. It's a controlled environment, always. Remember that. But God is in control. And we call heaven down on earth because we have that ability. We have power and authority through Christ. We operate in his kingdom. So when it's kingdom against kingdom, you have the ability to connect with the Most High. You have the ability to pray and to change the atmosphere. You have the ability to change your circumstances. He said that he didn't promise you that you would be rich, but he said that, be content in all things, that no matter what you have, give him thanks. Give him thanks. Like, don't stop, wanting better for your life, but don't fall into the delusion. Don't fall into his grand plan, because he's coming with his, great deception. He's Oz behind the curtain. And what he has to do is he's going to be, when they put this technology into the brain and people they don't even have to carry cell phones now. They are a walking, talking cell phone. So they'll be able to take pictures with their eyes. They'll be able to pay with their face, the facial recognition. All of this stuff, it's coming. But this is nothing new under the sun. This is old technology just resurfacing from the fallen angels. That's all this is, because they're the light bearers. They're the illuminators, Illumination. The minions. So anyways, what I'm saying is that I don't have very much time here. Bear with me. God, let me get this out as much as I can, because I'm going to have to stop this live stream. But anyways, I'm sharing what I'm sharing with you. Please, whatever you do, resist the enemy, stay in prayer, and ask for God to give you divine guidance and protection in these days, and to keep your eyes open and not fall for the deception of the lies of the enemy. I pray that for you. In Jesus' name, Yeshua HaMashiach's name, amen.